Alright, so we do it a little quick midday live before we do the big long afternoon, evening live video. So as soon as you come on the video, don't forget to press like one time and share one time, comment one time, so that the algorithm will kick in and do what it do and notify those who need to be notified. What do you think about this question? How good are you in matrices? Can you rate matrices? Matrices from 1 to 10. Matrices is something that becoming increasingly unpredictable, but I've done some good work in matrices, some good free stuff. High rent, high injustice, we out here. Injustice, you always hear, but like you just be watching this channel waiting for it to come online. For rent, Meshach, Cam, Liz, Ways, and my last question on you mock paper. Good luck. That mock paper was serious. That mock exam was serious. Tonique, Zafir, Meshach. So we're rating matrices. How is matrices for you? Matrices is probably in the big three. There's 3 last questions in the exam: relations, functions, and graphs, trigonometry and geometry, and vectors and matrices. Out of the 3, vectors and matrices should be the easiest one, and definitely matrices is the easiest one. So you need to revise that and try not to lose marks in matrices. All right, people. So hello, Kerry, Katrina, all 47 viewers on here. Let's jump into the question. Before we do it, let me talk about the announcements one time. Make sure you press like on the video. 47 viewers here. Make sure you press like on the video, so that the notification, you see how you get a notification saying that I online and you here now. The more you press like, the more other people will get notification, even those who forget to press the notification bell. And this is the number to WhatsApp to join the class. You see, I'm talking to some of the people here who are from my online class. If you want to join the online class for the next half coming up to May, like maybe you're doing exams in May too, this is the number to call. Pure Maths and Maths is what I have available now. If you're on Instagram, I know some people not on Instagram because it's distracting them, but if you're on Instagram, follow me on Instagram to find out when I'm coming on online and also to watch my selfies and things. All right, so let's go into the question. 3 matrices are given as follows. This is P, this is Q, this is R. Immediately, what are we seeing? We are seeing a 2 by 2 matrix. That's like a square matrix. People rating the matrices question pretty high. Everybody 8 and 9 and 10 and thing. And this is a column matrix. Column matrix meaning that just one column. So this matrix has 2 rows but 1 column. We do the row first. So that's a 2 by 1 matrix. What's the next word for size? What's the next word for the size of the matrix? This is another 2 by 1 matrix. In this matrix here, I'm not seeing numbers, I'm seeing variables, A and B. So I already know I'm going to work out something with A and B. So that's what I'm seeing so far. Hey Sajda, how are you? Use a calculation to support your answer. Using a calculation to support your answer, explain whether matrix P is singular or non-singular. So this is something that comes a lot. It has to do with the determinant. A special thing in the matrix called the determinant. So that's how we know whether it's singular or non-singular. We examine the determinant. The determinant. So what is the determinant? What is the formula for determinant? Right? So the next word for size is order of a matrix, right? Size or order. So if you see that word, they're talking about that. The formula for determinant, yes, it is. So we can like do this. That's the next way of writing. The determinant of P is equal to AD minus BC. That is if P was in the form A, B, C, D. And if the matrix is singular, the determinant is supposed to be equal to what? What is the determinant supposed to be equal to if the matrix is singular? So yes, Roseanne, well done there. Anyhow, let's work it out and see what we get. So AD will be like -1 by 5. Look at that handwriting. Best handwriting in the world. -1 by 5. Take away, so people saying it correct, 0 result, Kyle, Kizzy. 0 by 2. Take away 0 by 2. Alright, so I'm seeing -5. So it's a non-singular matrix. This matrix is non-singular. Right, so non-singular. Because if it was singular, the determinant would have been 0. Since modulus of P, or the determinant of P, is not equal to 0. Why is in the chat if you understand that? You're not that late, Ray. You're not that late. We only start 5 minutes ago, and I only start like about 3 minutes into the video. So yeah, you're not that bad. You're not that bad. Let's get the next question. So you see that was sweet. That was for 2 marks. That was for 2 marks. Let's see if you can get the next part goes for 3 marks. That's where we determine the value of A and B. Told you we're gonna have to find A and B. This was last year paper, and it was kind of sweet. Wasn't your usual matrices where it real, you had the transformation part. It wasn't all of that. So given that PQ is equal to R, determine the values of A and B. Seen some ends there, boy. If you have N in the chat, make sure and search Cohen Springer matrices after this live video and spend some time studying my videos on matrices. Alright, so PQ is equal to R. This means P multiplied by Q is equal to R. We can multiply matrix by each other. This is called matrix multiplication. What's the next type of multiplication we know in matrices? So P was -1, -1,205. And Q was the AB thing, and R was 1115. Yes, Mahalia. Scalar multiplication. Scalar multiplication is when like you have a matrix 2, 3, 4, 1, and you're multiplying by a number outside. Let's say 2. And if you're multiplying by a number outside, everybody gonna get wet down with that 2, so you're gonna end up 4, 8, 6, 1. Like if this was negative, this would be -2. Or let's make it a little interesting. What if it was like -1/2? Then everybody gonna get it down with the half. So -1, -2, 3 over -2, 1 over -2. You can just verify that on your calculator there, right? So that's scalar multiplication, but we're not doing that right now. We're doing matrix multiplication, where a matrix is being multiplied by another matrix. And this is one style that comes when you have a 2 by 2 multiplying by a 2 by 1. Remember, these two numbers must be the same for multiplication to occur, which is cool. And the resulting type of matrix will be these two numbers. A 2 by 1 matrix will be the result. So let's see how it works. Row by column. So we have -1 by A plus 2 by B. La da 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 da. You can do this. You can do this. Anyhow, let me go for it. Let me go for it. So 0 by A, is that a 0? Yeah. So 0 by A is 0. So I can put 0 by A. I'll put it in brackets. So plus what, 5 by B equal. What's another way we could have solved this? What, anybody know a next way we could have solved this? I WhatsApp the number, but I don't understand how to make the payment. Well, let the admin know you don't understand how to make the payment. But people have done a lot of people have done the payment before already. You can use PayPal, you can use online banking, online deposit, or you can actually go and deposit it in the number that she gives you. So ask and she'll help you out. She'll respond to you eventually. Simultaneous method. Well done, Mahalia. You come out for them. So we could actually use the method where we bring across this and you get the inverse and then solve it. Or we could understand that this is a system of linear equations here. So meet me by Metro gas station for the little 200. Bye. So B minus 2B minus. You feel like with my Medford, bye? 0 plus 5b equal 15. So instead of putting, I'll just put 0, right? So we have these two equations. I just like remove the brackets so you can see it a little clearer here. This method is a little easier to use because look, we have just b in this equation here. So I could isolate that equation. I'm gonna call this equation 1. It was sweet. This paper was sweet. Equation 2, and I can just solve equation 2 like this. And why I think I'm going to solve equation 2 first? Because after I figure out what b is, which is 3, 5 by 3 is 15. I'm going to bring it back in equation 1 and figure out what a is, right? Because I'm trying to find out what a and b is. So well done, Roseanne. That's the correct answers there, I think. So just continuing with this, b would be equal to 15 over 5. B is equal to 3. And I'll substitute b equal 3. B equal 3 in equation 1 now. EQ1 and 2 by 3. Take away a equal 11. 6 take away a equal 11. 2b take away a. How did she get negative 5 though? Oh yeah, negative 5. Cool. So negative a is equal to 11 take away 6 equal to 5, negative a, so a is equal to negative 5. Alright, so those are your two answers. A is negative 5 and b is 3. Let's see the final part of this question, and we'll call that George. Oh, this is something that people kind of overlooked. This was an easy part of the, it's 1 mark, watch this question. It's 1 mark, but people know about it, but kind of neglect how to write it. So they didn't know how to state this part. Watch this. The question is asking, state the reason why the matrix product QP is not possible. Can you recheck your answer? Of course. Everything in maths, almost everything in maths can be rechecked. So you know whether I get it correct or wrong. This is how you recheck this answer. You are going to take these values and put them back in here, multiply and make sure you get 11. Or you can put them back in this and make sure you get 11. Make sure you get 15 here. So just to get a little double check on that. But if you're pressed for time, you might want to hold back on the double check until the end. Somebody saying it's not commutative. That's not the reason. That's not the reason. So see, this was not, y'all make sure and press like on the video just in case you didn't get notifications. What you can do is snap a picture and post it on Instagram. That used to really help. Like your friends and thing, or when you share the video onto another media site, that's really boosted. Alright, so state the like Facebook or Instagram. Say the reason why the matrix QP is not possible. It's not commutative, it's not the answer. Not compatible. Kizzy has a nice answer there, but right. You see, everybody know what they're saying, but Veer is the one who jump out and say put it in words. But you're supposed to say the first matrix. No, Kizzy, not that one, not that second. So QP, let's just examine what Q and P is. Q is AB. Q was the AB thing, which we figured out to be negative 5, 3. And Q was that as 0 here. I remember that much. Negative 1, 2, 5. Right. So this is P and this is Q. Now we already know we can't multiply them when they're like this. I mean, if you're revising, you know this is not the order. This matrix is had to be on this side for the multiplication to occur. But why? Well, it seems like some of you all in the chat know that this is a 2 by 1 matrix and this is a 2 by 2 matrix, and these two numbers must be the same to multiply. And when it's arranged like this, the numbers are not the same. So it's not compatible for multiplication. But what is the best way to put that in words? You want to write this. So memorize this in case this pop back up this January again. The number of, what is this? This is the second thing where it's come first. Rows is come first, right? So this is columns. So the number of columns in the first matrix is not equal to, I just write in shorthand because I run out of space. Let me just move these things. Cut. So the number of columns, I think you already know where I'm going with this. The number of columns in the first matrix is not equal to the number of rows. Right, so Sekayong, have it there. The number of rows in the next matrix, in P, in the second matrix. This means multiplication. This means matrix multiplication can occur. Multiplication cannot occur. So I like how we use the names of the matrix there. So the number of columns in Q is not equal to the number of rows in P. This means so what does commutative mean? Commutative means that commutative has to do with A times B equal to B times A. And in matrix multiplication is not commutative. But that's not a reason why it can't multiply. Yes, we know matrix multiplication is not commutative. If I have a matrix like this, 2, 1, 2, 3, and the next matrix like this, 1, 0, 4, negative 1, and I try to say if I change around the order now, would they be equal? No, they wouldn't be equal. But in this case, I can find an answer for this, and I can find an answer for this. So matrix multiplication not being commutative is not the actual answer for this question. This question is asking us to state the reason why the matrix product QP is not possible. It's not asking if it's equal to the last thing. You understand? We know matrix multiplication is not commutative. That is tested too. Sometimes they ask you, is matrix multiplication commutative? Show that matrix multiplication is not commutative. So you have to multiply the two different ways and see that it's not. Right. So problematic topics and questions need to do. Alright, so we call that George here. 17 minutes past in this video. What y'all want me to do next? So I just need to go and pick up my wife and kids, and I'll be back hopefully by about 4, 5 o'clock. Can you do the SBA? No, not right now. I'm doing the SBA after Jan's exam, after Monday. The sample in the SBA, yes, I'm going to make that available, Tiana, right? So stay tuned. I will try and attach it to my website. I just didn't get time to sit down to do it. In fact, message me on Instagram to remind me. I might just send you a direct in the meanwhile. But you might get it now if I get it this evening. Angle of depression. Somebody wants some angle of depression. So can you do relations and functions? Alright, so we'll come back and do some angle of depression. Angle of elevation and depression questions and see how that goes. So just look up some questions on that. I think there was one with a ship that was ridiculous recently. That was in this paper, I think, to January 2019. And the S1 and the S2 was in the wrong spot in the ship. That was like a mistake. So that the people couldn't really figure out what that question was talking about. But that's a mistake in the paper, how the question was structured. But I'll do an next bearings question and we'll see. So we're going to do some, not bearings, sorry, angle of elevation. And maybe we'll look at some bearings next. So stay tuned. See you all at around 5 o'clock. Do you say 5 to be safe? Once I know nothing to do, people will just be making up things for me to do. And by people, I mean my wife. Alright, and don't forget to press like on the video. Press like on the video and see you all at 5. You can watch my Instagram to know what time I'm coming on. if I'm coming on for sure. Most likely, we'll be on for 5. Alright, Videsh, Drenell, Ebony, Stephen, Kavani, all 68 of y'all who's still here. Nice to have you all in your life. See you all.